Melanie McDonald, and in addition to being the Director of Development for PWSA USA, I am also mom to Josephine, who is 5 years old, living with PWS, and I am located in New Hampshire. The PWSA team is located all over the country, and so that's where I am speaking to you from today, here in my living room. Very excited to share with you how you can become a selfless elf and what the program is and how easy it is to get involved. I started the Selfless Elf program because a lot of people in our community have expressed that, with the difficulties of a life immersed in PWS and with there being so many things about a life in PWS that are beyond our control or challenging, that having a way to give back and having a way to support the community became something empowering for a lot of people. And especially during a time of year when, I'm looking around my house and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, if somebody buys one more toy for me to trip over, there's not anything that I desperately need in the way that I need the resources available through PWSA USA. So by creating an opportunity for my friends and family to, instead of buying me a Starbucks gift card or a sweater that I don't need, to make a donation to a cause I care a lot about is really meaningful. And it's a wonderful way for me anyway, to celebrate both my birthday and, this season of giving that we're about to enter. So that's kind of where the impetus came from. And then we thought about, elves. Elves are helpers during the holiday, right? So we want people to have the option to be a selfless elf, to give and have people, instead of giving gifts to them as individuals, to, ask in lieu of that people give gifts to PWSA USA. Everybody has different reasons and different ways that they're involved. For me personally, with my daughter, and I tell this story on my page, I feel like PWSA was a light in some of my darkest times, in the NICU after our diagnosis, and being involved with PWSA today, helping with advocacy, helping to connect families to the resources they need. There's just nothing more heartwarming and fulfilling to me than seeing people, nobody wants to get this diagnosis, but then you become part of this community and everybody is so passionate and caring and wanting to make sure that everybody's taken care of. So for me, personally, being able to raise these funds helps me feel wonderful this holiday. It makes me feel selfless. And so this year, my son and I are doing it together, and I'll be very excited to show you the page that I launched just today, which is already taking off. So I'm going to share with you this site that we have. The platform is called Hope United, and on Hope United, screen share is loading. There you go. On Hope United, there are lots of different ways that you can get involved. Selfless Elf is just one way. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on all of the different facets of the site, but just to give you a quick glimpse, these are all of the different ways that you might want to fundraise. And so what we've done is created tools and resources and sort of a way to get involved with that works for you. So you might want to have a walk or a race or some sort of physical activity. You might have a birthday, or somebody in your family is retiring, or want to celebrate some sort of special milestone. And so special occasion might be the way they want to do that. I know that there have been families that have, a parent or grandparent that passes away. And so being able to raise funds in their honor or in their memory is a wonderful way to give back as well. We have tools that are available for folks that want to fundraise through their workplace or through a school or another church or community group. And then lastly, we have this sort of, magical solution of DIY. You want to have a trivia night, you want to do something special that's unique just to you and your community. You can have a wonderful do-it-yourself fundraiser and just get involved by clicking this button to start your fundraising journey. Um, and again, before we dive into Selfless Elf, there's all these resources here. You know, there are inspirational videos that you can watch about different kinds of fundraisers that people have had for PWSA. And so you can hear kind of from firsthand experience, families, what they've done, what they've enjoyed, you know, what they've been able to accomplish for PWSA. You know, this young man, a PWS sibling, ran the Boston Marathon in honor of his little brother Gavin and raised $40,000 for PWSA on his very first fundraiser. This family here, the Spring family from just outside the St. Louis area, has had their third, or is it fourth now, annual Answers for Audrey Trivia Night, and has raised tens of thousands of dollars. So it's really become a wonderful tool for all kinds of families that are looking to fundraise for PWSA. So there's inspiration, there's toolkits, you know, if you want to make a flyer, here's the logo, there's banners, there's yard signs that you can have printed at your local Staples. If you were going to have a walk or do an event in your community, you can, you know, have some signage made that would help you with your event. So with that in mind, we're going to take a moment and go to the Selfless Elf page here. Oh, went too far. Sorry about that. So here on the Selfless Elf page, which I can, you know, I can put this in the chat for anybody that wants to actually, you know, make their page live while we're doing this today. Inside this portal, you would just simply click Get Started. So I'll click it here. You can see what that's like. You would want to join as a new participant. I'm already a user, so I'm going to just join under my profile just so you can see what it looks like. And then, you know, when you go to make your page, you would just click here, join as a new participant, and it would ask you, you know, prompt you for some basic information. So here on the inside is my page, right? Basically, this is the back end of the system. So you have a lot of different things that you can do here, but the most important things that you'll want to do is personalize your page. So you can go over here and make a URL so that if you want to be able to remember your page name or describe it to somebody or have something easy to remember, mine is, you know, this regular URL with Josie 23. You know, that's just something easy for me to remember. You can name your page. I called mine Melanie and Henry's Joy for Josephine page. And then in the body here, you can sort of tell your story. There will be some boilerplate information that you can use or delete or customize or modify to suit whatever needs you have. So for me, I added a little bit here, you know, specifically about my daughter and what our journey has been like. You can do that if you feel moved to do so, or if you have something you want to express, but you can also just keep it as it is if it's easier or less emotional for you. And then, you know, further down here, you can update the media. You can click here and it will let you upload a picture or a short video that you have of your loved one, or maybe a family photo that you have, you know, to kind of illustrate your page and be like the visual that people will see. The other thing it will ask you to do is, you know, set a fundraising goal. So for me, I set a goal of $2,500. I've done this before, so I know approximately how I'm going to do. We encourage you to pick a number that's meaningful. And I think the default number here is $1,500. The idea being that people remember the 15th chromosome and it can give you something to strive for. You can always go back in at any time. It's better to aim high and to bring it down than to have low expectations and meet your goal quickly and then maybe potentially feel strange about adjusting it. But, you know, whatever feels comfortable for you, $500, $1,500. We've had people, you know, raise $5,000 and $10,000 as Selfless Elves before. So it's really at your discretion. Badges are just fun little icons that you're going to see on the back end as you reach different milestones. When somebody makes their first gift, or When you reach your 50% of your goal, you'll accumulate these little badges that will kind of cheer you on as you go along. So those are sort of all of the different tools available. And then, you know, when you click here, it will give you in this sort of royal blue rectangle an option to synchronize your fundraiser on this platform with an identical Facebook fundraiser. So instead of having to just share the URL from this page with Facebook, if you click the button and synchronize here, you'll see that it will create a duplicate of what you already have going on. So it will copy all of the text that you've utilized. It'll give people information about PWSA. And if somebody makes a donation to your fundraiser via Facebook, usually within 15 to 20 minutes, you'll see that same donation reflected on your Hope United Selfless ELF page. So you don't have to worry about whether or not the information is going to carry over in time. I think a couple of times an hour, everything will just synchronize. And since Facebook is a way that people are comfortable and used to giving to these things, it just gives you another way to amplify your message and to try to reach more people. You can also send the link to your fundraiser to your URL in an email and encourage people to give that way. And then, lastly, if you have people, I know I have aunts and uncles who still don't want to give online. They only want to write a check, and that's what's comfortable for them. So if you have people in your circles who want to give that way, there's even, under here, there's some resources. Can I donate by check and how? So there's actually a form that you can send to them. They can print out the form, fill it out with their check. And then that way, when we receive the funds, we can go internally into the system and kind of create a record so that those funds accumulate into the total of funds that you have raised. When you set it up, there's also a way to indicate that you want to be notified when somebody makes a donation, that you'll get an email or a note or a message to let you know when a donation has been made to your event. So those are all things that can be done, within the system pretty easily. So again, you want to go in, you want to create a little URL to help you remember the name of your page if you don't want to have to copy and paste a bunch of gobbledygook weird numbers and letters that don't make sense, which is what it'll give you if you don't create a custom URL. You name your page, you write your blurb about why you're doing this or what you want to encourage from people, and then you make it personal by adding a photo. So here I have a picture of Josephine from our trip to visit Dr. Miller last week. We had a little bit of a day at the beach. So there she is. So basically, the advice that I give people after you do this is to take time every day or every other day to go on and to thank people by phone or on your Facebook page, tag people and say, thank you so much for supporting the fundraiser. People see you thanking other people, and it kind of gives them that gentle nudge and reminder, like, oh, I keep meaning to do this, and if I do this, Kenna's gonna call me out and thank me, and that'll make me feel really good. So using thanking people as a way to keep your fundraiser top of mind. Also, once you have the Facebook iteration of your fundraiser, there are all these buttons you can use here to invite people so that they'll actually get, a personalized invitation to share the fundraiser, to do lots of different things that will help you be, effective moving forward. So here, this is all in the past couple of hours since I made my page. My friend June made a donation and I just chimed right in. June, thanks for your support. My neighbor who I hardly ever see, but who makes a donation every year, made a donation, and we have a nice little conversation going. She wants me to come over and have a glass of wine and hear all about Josie's appointment. So it's a great way to keep people engaged and to make those who haven't yet given mindful of the fact that this is something you're paying attention to. These fundraisers remain active through the end of the calendar year. So if you begin today, you can be welcoming donations through New Year's Eve if you would like. Or if you have a specific day in mind, a specific goal, you want all of your donations in before Christmas Eve. A lot of people leave it up after the Christmas holiday, because if you're going to be getting together with family and friends, it's a great way, at the Thanksgiving table or the Christmas or Hanukkah table to just say, we're so glad to be able to gather with everyone. And, just a reminder this year, as much as I love, Aunt Sheila's handmade sweaters, our family's asking everyone to just consider making a donation in any amount to support this cause, which has done so much for us and for our family. So that's essentially the program, what it looks like, why we do it, and how you can create your own page. We've had parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, caregivers, teachers, therapists, all kinds of people from all walks of life with different connections to PWS who have done this for us in the past. So think about friends you have in the PWS community who may not know about this. At the conclusion of your fundraiser, or hopefully within a few weeks of your launching your fundraiser, you're also going to get a really nice Hope United t-shirt in the mail that you can wear. And that's our thank you to you for making the commitment to help do this, and for, putting some effort and energy into your fundraiser and being part of the PWS community. So I'll reach out to get your shirt size, and we'll make sure that we get that. Sarah or I will get that out to you pretty quickly, so you can enjoy wearing it in front of all your family and friends over the holidays. And good luck to everyone. And thank you again for making time and for making a commitment to help PWSA USA raise some of the funds we need to continue to support our community.